Hi, I'm Brad Gilbert, and welcome to Sports School. Today, with the help of my buddies Mike and Bob Bryan, we're going to work on the return of serve. Let's have some fun. Today, we're going to go over the basic grips for the return of serve. There's 3 grips that you can really weight with. You can weight with the continental, which I do, which is kind of like the handshake, so you don't get caught either direction. And you can be on the forehand side. You like to weight with a forehand grip?
That's the grip I weight with, the forehand. It's my best shot. If I get pinched on a backhand, I can still just go over here and just slice it.
And then you can weight with the backhand grip, which, if you have a good backhand, the one thing, you're in position to hit a backhand, but the only drawback maybe, what happens if you get caught to the forehand with this grip?
You have to hit a forehand slice, which is unnatural shot for me. You don't see a lot of players using that shot. And I don't know, it feels like I'm just going to lob the ball.
And where do you hold your grip?
I also hold the forehand grip.
You guys both like to load up on the forehand.
But yeah, they serve my backhand a lot. I just use my left hand to turn it. I just make that quick movement and then quick shoulder turn, and pretty easy.
You think more guys on the tour weight with the continental or a forehand grip?
I think most players today hold a forehand grip because they're trying to run around and get forehands on it on every second serve.
All right, and let's have a look at the two-handed grip. And since none of us have a two-handed backhand, we're going to make believe we can hit a two-handed backhand. So would you think that on the bottom hand, you would play a continental grip and then maybe a forehand grip on top? Or would you play forehand grip on the bottom, continental on top?
I would do the same thing as if I have a one-handed backhand. I would hold that forehand grip. Just hold it lightly in your hand. If you have to go to the backhand, just shift over like that.
Very good. What would you do if you had a two-handed backhand?
Same thing, man. We're twins.
For the club player at home, I'm going to be partial to, on the first serve, especially if you're just an intermediate player, to waiting with a continental grip, because I think that gives yourself more of a chance. And I think it's a big play on the second serve when you're returning is to wait with a forehand grip. What do you think about loading up on the second serve return for the club player at home?
I think, well, for me, being on the tour, I'm looking to hit forehands. That's my biggest shot. So I'm holding a forehand grip, and I'm going to try to run around my backhand. I'm trying to get forehands on 75% of this court right here. So
it's not a bad play for a club player, at least on the second serve, to wait with a forehand.
Yeah, because you have a little more time. Yeah.
And then on the first serve, maybe, the weak part of your game is switching grips to maybe hold it in the middle, the continental, the safe.
It's a safe play. The serve's coming a little faster, so you want to be a little more neutral, I think. Yep. For a club player, I think, yeah, it's simple to just have one grip, and so you can hit forehand and backhand with both grip.
Unless you happen to have a 10 times better backhand,
yeah,
maybe it's not a bad play on the second serve to wait with a backhand grip.
I think Hinman does that. He waits with a backhand grip because he knows they're going to serve his back. He wants to come in on his backhand. So,
you should favor the better side. That you should load up on the second serve on the side that you're better on.
Yeah, true.
Very good. Now we're going to work on the technique of the return serve. This is really important. One of the things you really need to do is have your elbows in. Not a wide stance on your elbows, because it's really key on the return is to have a short backswing, a la Andre Agassi. And another thing is keeping the head still. You want to be well balanced, head still, and a small swing. Because you might have to just quick reflex on both sides. How does that apply to your return?
Yeah, I keep my hands in, and I just turn. I don't take a big swing. If your hands are out here, sometimes you get this wild swing. It takes away a lot of your time. No. If a serve's coming fast, you just keep your hands in and just turn your body. There's your turn right there. And then just go through the ball. Accelerate through the ball is a big key.
So you try to keep your swing as small as possible?
Exactly.
What about on your big forehand, though?
I'm just trying to shield the ball out. I'm just trying to hit a neutral ball. I'm not trying to do too much, especially on a first serve. Just try to get in the point and then see what I can do.
Now, what about you? You're supposed to be a genius on the return.
Yeah.
That's all I hear him talk about. Your return is like a radar.
Return's my best shot. And on the first serve, I just try to use their power. I just block it out in front. I think of a shield in front. Stay down the legs, and I just use their power. I just use a shield. Everything out here, I try to meet the ball. And,
you want to get your swings in front of you.
Yeah, all my swings in front with a little quick turn. So I'm prepared.
And so you really have the elbows in tight.
No, I don't even think swing.
You don't even think swing?
I just think of like a swing about this big.
Cool. Can we look at your radar return?
Yeah, check it out.
Let's look at Mike's return here now a little bit, some of the techniques that we've been talking about. And we know you got a genius return. Bob, can you serve us a few? We can go over his technique here a little bit with your people at home. See that? Right out in front of him. Beautiful. All right, stop. Now right there, what grip were you waiting with?
I'm waiting with the forehand grip, but it's easy for me. I've done it a million times.
So you moved at the last minute?
To switch with the left hand and just do a little short turn. I'm not doing a lot of swing. I'm not even thinking about a swing. I'm just blocking it in front. I'm letting my legs, generate the power and letting his serve generate the power.
And also you're keeping your elbows real tight down in front of you.
Just thinking of a shield in front, just trying to get everything in front and block it.
All right, let's look at it again. Very nice. All right, hold it here. See right there? Backhand out in front. And then you were thinking the whole time, at the start you were waiting with a forehand grip, but you were able to get over the backhand.
Yeah, pretty easy. I'm always going toward the ball, too. I make sure I keep my head still, body up straight. If I'm leaning too much forward, I'm going to fall over. It's going to go in the net. If I'm leaning back, it's going to fly to the fence.
So your balance is real key.
So the balance has to be key to keep everything above the legs and keep it in front.
Very nice. Let's look one. Let me see your forehand return. Hold it. So you finish right out in front there.
Yep.
And you finish with your swing a little higher. Very nice.
Yeah, a little higher. Just brush up on the ball. But keep it pretty level. On the forehand, same thing. Not too big of a swing. If I'm finishing up here, it shows that I'm taking too big of a swing. But if I finish right here in front, it shows that it's a short block.
All right, match point right here. Let's look at one more. Show him the genius return. Perfect. Now we're going to work on a really important part of the return of serve, is where to stand. I always tend to stand really far back because I was phobic about getting aced, so I was back here. I call it prevent defense. I've kind of switched Andy Roddick to the same thing because he's not blessed with returning like Andre Agassi, and he used to stand too close on the first serve, and he would make far too many and miss too many. Very unpredictable. So I've kind of moved him back, and then hopefully one day when he's starting to return better, we'll move him up a little bit. The Bryan twins tend to return a little closer. Today we're going to have Bob serve a little closer from the baseline to kind of groove us on a return. So we're going to look to the comfort zone on where to return serve.